Good morning, Covington County. Welcome to Good News Covington County, here with Brother Jared, Cousin Jared, and Brother John here. Glad to have you here on this Thursday morning, April 5th, 2018. It's hard to believe that a quarter of this year is already over. Here we go into the second quarter. Time flies when you're having fun or when you're old. And it's flying by right now. Glad to have you with us this morning. It's a little brisk out there, isn't it? I woke up this morning and walked outside and walked back inside in a hurry. Got a long sleeve shirt on to come down here and visit with y'all. I'm sure many of you are feeling that same effect today. But we're sure glad you're with us. At least we woke up, didn't we? We're going to have a interesting show today. We're going to do several things. We're going to have a great guest on in a little while, and John Gavan. He's going to talk to us about the books that he's written and some of his life experiences. It's nice to have a local author here that we can bring in for events like this. And we're also going to take off from the studio for a few minutes later on, and we're going to go to our neighbor over at the Surly Mermaid and see what they're doing over there. We're going to try to get out to the community a little bit more and more and more to make this truly a local show starring you folks in Andalusia and Red Level, Ott, Sanford, Ghent, any of these places around here. We might go down to Carolina one day next week. You never know where you're going to see us, but we're looking forward to coming and visiting with you in your community. Kind of a slow news day here locally. I guess that's kind of a good thing, you know, when we have a slow news day. It's just a few things that we need to kind of cover as a matter of I guess, maintenance or whatever. In terms of public service announcements, I want you to know that the 3 Notch Market will be this Saturday down at Springdale. That's sponsored by the Andalusia Junior Women's Club. It's a great arts and craft thing. They'll have plenty of events. If you've got children, it's a good way to entertain your children for a good part of a day at very little cost. And unless, you know, you can decide to go crazy with some of their vendors, and they're going to have some great vendors there. Right now, directly across the street from our station, the city of Andalusia is having their annual plant sale. It's called the Plant Sale on the Square. I know they put a lot of time into thinking of that name for the project, but I've been over there early this morning. They've already sold a lot of plants, and they've got a lot of plants over there to sell. I mentioned yesterday, I believe it was, about 3 or 4, maybe the day before, 3 or 4 varieties of plants they'll be selling. There's much, much more than that over there. There's a veritable plethora of plants over there, all kind of different varieties. Looks like they're lilies, there's ground cover, there's shrubbery, banana trees. I hope they didn't bring the spiders with them, just banana trees. And it's good looking plants. And they're grown by professional growers in a nursery somewhere else in many cases. So it's a good looking product. You'll be glad to have them in your own yard too, just like they put them all over the city of Andalusia. But that's a big deal. It'll be going on today and tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to try to get some of the people and some of the plants over for you to look at, and we'll talk about the plant sale and that kind of stuff. I think they're going to have a tree over there we're going to interview. His name's going to be Woody. Bad humor, I know. I just couldn't let it pass. Then on Saturday, as well as the 3 Notch Market, the Andalusia Police Department will have their car wash in front of the police department building right here behind the station on Saturday morning from about 9 o'clock, I think, until 4 in the afternoon. Good opportunity to get your car washed. The $10 fee is nominal, and you know, it goes to a great cause, the Relay for Life, like so many of the other things that we're emphasizing right now. The Relay for Life is very important. To them, I think it's more personal than in a lot of other places, because they lost one of their old retired members last year to cancer. Old Bubba. We remember him, think a lot of him did. He was a great character in Andalusia. Made Andalusia famous as far away as Australia. But anyway, that'll be going on. And I want to talk in detail about that in a few more minutes. Our weather for today, mostly sunny with a high of about 73 degrees. We'll have a north wind around 5 miles per hour most of the day, and it'll be mostly clear as a result of that. Low humidity. Tonight our low will be about 46 degrees, and with calm winds. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 80 degrees. Friday night, about 40% chance of rain and a low of around 62. On Saturday morning, we'll have some winds that go with that. We're going to stop now, take a break, and we'll be back shortly. Good to see you again. Welcome back to Good News, Covington County. Glad to have you here on this chilly Thursday. I'd like to have some warm chili on this Thursday if this weather continues. Get some crackers, some chili, maybe a little Tabasco sauce. Or how about this? A good old baked potato from the crow's nest with some chili on it and barbecue. Miss Judy knows how to make a feed. That's a great place to go. And speaking of feed, we're going to be over at the Surly Mermaid in a few minutes to talk with them about what they do at lunch. They have a great lunch menu. If you're up on the square, stop in and see them. It's a little bit different, but the food's mighty good. In other local news, there was an article in the Andalusia Star News by Michelle Gerlach, again, talking about the South Three Notch project that they've been going on. They have completely redesigned South Three Notch Street here in Andalusia. It's becoming a beautiful project for Andalusia. It's going to be a real asset to our community. They're paving it all the way past the Andalusia Health, and they're going to have sidewalks all the way out to Andalusia Health. In fact, they're, according to the mayor, Earl Johnson, 85% through with this project. Now, I was out there yesterday looking around. No, I did not handle a shovel, and I don't want any evidence of that either. But they have done an awful lot of work. They were pouring concrete all the way up to about where Frank Maddox's office is, and it's a really nice looking project. They've landscaped a number of properties. They've completely redone driveways so that the entrance out onto the street is nice. They've done a beautiful job. Really all they're lacking at this point, according to Mayor Johnson, is that they got to put up some lighting and a few more decorative features like that. And according to their budget and their plan, they're going to be using local utility employees to mount that decorative lighting and those things out there, which I think is a great idea. We've already got them on the payroll. They're talented people. They can do a good job, and they have done a good job where they've been used here in Andalusia, be it at Big Mike's or at the theater over here or whatever. Really made Andalusia a show place, in my opinion, for a town our size. We're so lucky we've got so many things going on here in this little bitty town. Amenities that bigger towns wish they have, we've already got. That project, according to Mayor Johnson, as I was told, has about a $10.7 million cost. It cost the citizens of Andalusia about $2.1 million to get $8.6 million in matching funds, which is a pretty good deal for Andalusia, especially when you look at what it's done as we've widened that street, made it more accessible for people. Even people with handicaps can now use the sidewalks in many places. It's an excellent addition to our community, and I'm glad to see it coming to an end. It's started in, I think, 2015, and it's taken a lot of time, but it looks like it's worth it. Other news, and I think this is big news, proud to make an announcement about a young man Taj Patel. That's Neil Patel. He's an attorney here's son. Taj is just a super performer, for lack of a better word. If there's anything that he doesn't do well, I don't know what it is. But Taj Patel, this young man from here in Andalusia, placed second in the state. The whole big state of Alabama placed second in the state in the spelling bee that's sponsored by Scripps Howard Publishing. Well, it was kind of a disappointment because second hardly ever gets to the big show. But this year they've got a new program called RSVB. That's BEE at the end, sponsored by Scripps National. And they've realized that many states have been underrepresented. Many states, some counties are sponsored, other counties are not. So in an effort to make it much fairer, they looked out and they saw the best performances they could find, I think, and they saw how well that Taj had done, and they asked him to come to the National Spelling Bee anyway. They found out by email just the other day, and of course they're as excited as a puppy with a new bone. They're just as really happy as they can be, and I'm excited for them. They're going to leave in May, I think about probably the 27th to 28th, to go up to Washington, D.C., where it will be held. Taj will participate in 3 separate preliminary rounds before, and if he completes those successfully, if he wins those, he'll go into the big show on the 31st. And hopefully, Taj will upset everybody and make Andalusia even more famous. It'd be a great thing for him. There's scholarships involved and other things like that. He's a good little athlete. He's a great student. And apparently, he's some kind of a speller. Taj, congratulations. We're going to take a break now and be back in just a minute.